what's up, friends? How are we? Oh, that's not a good look. There we go. That's probably more our speed, right, people? We've got a different layout and format today because in today's Simply Cyber Live, and thank you for being here, we are going to be roasting, I'm talking toasty style, your LinkedIn profiles, your side hustle websites if you got them. So don't be shy. Drop them in chat, mods. As you see them, notify me if you can through Discord mod chat. I'll try to flag them as I can, guys. We are being joined today by the wonderful Simply Cyber community friend, Virginia Case. You guys might remember her from a few weeks ago. She came on, she absolutely destroyed it. And we were like, oh my God, why don't you, come on back? And she's like, absolutely. But first, I'm only coming back if I'm going to roast people's resumes. I got to really lean into these people. I'm kidding. That's not what she said. I actually prodded her to do this. But I'm telling you guys, she helped me with my LinkedIn resume. If you guys know the simplycyber.io website and what it used to look like versus what it looks like today, there's a reason that it looks like it's actually a legit website today. It's due in part mostly to Ms. Virginia Case. So I'm super excited. We're going to be getting all up in your space today. We've got several that people had submitted in advance. So thank you to the squad members. But as I said, feel free to drop them in chat and we will cycle them up, or hit me on Discord and we'll cycle them in. And we'll do the best we can. We'll cover as much as we can in an hour. But what I would advise to you is the following. A, even if we don't cover your LinkedIn profile, a lot of these lessons will be applicable to you. So, grab a pen, grab a paper, grab a glass of water, hit the head if you got to during the intermission here, because you're not going to want to miss this, okay? Let's go get Virginia and get roasting. What's up, Virginia? How you doing?
Hi, Jerry. I'm prepared for today. As you know, that I tend to enjoy a good roast, but mostly with marshmallows.
Okay.
It's one of those things. You got to be prepared for a roast, but also do it with love and affection. So I feel like marshmallows are a good love and affection way of approaching this.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Okay, so Virginia's expecting it to get really hot, really spicy. Drop a spicy in there very early. So it's going to get hot in here. Let's not waste too much time. Casey Davis is dropping it. I see that. Guys, drop them in chat. I'm gonna save them off and I'll bring them up as we can. I really appreciate that. Hey, Powner Joe, I'm glad you're here, buddy. Front and center, because you're going to be the first one. Now, before we get into it, Virginia, and guys, if you have any questions about what Virginia's talking about, if you want us to roast you, drop a Q in it, please. Like Oluwasugun, if you want your resume roasted, you got to drop a link in chat so I know which one's yours. And if you got any questions, put a Q in front of it. We're going to get right into it. Before we launch, Virginia, is there anything, kind of set the stage of why would you give a crap about your LinkedIn profile?
So your LinkedIn profile is the cheapest website that you're ever going to have for yourself. It's going to be a format. It's going to be a understandable hierarchy of information that a lot of people are going to use to learn about you and your brand. So if you can leverage all of the power that LinkedIn has for the search, it's really going to give you that opportunity to show some of your creativity, but also really to own that space for yourself. So if you don't have the budget or you don't have the inclination to build a website, own this web space. It's for you to be able to claim your own part of the internet.
Yeah, and I would also argue, at least in my experience, resume comes by my desk. I'm looking at a couple candidates. Someone recommends someone. First thing I'm doing is going to LinkedIn. I don't have Facebook, but I don't go to Facebook to look up who this person is. I go to LinkedIn because I want them to help me professionally. So I want to know what they've done, who they know, for better or worse. Where did they work? Do I know anyone that worked there? Can I find out? Is this what do you think about? People talk, right? Human nature, people talk. And this is why networking is so powerful. All right. So I see a couple LinkedIn's coming in. Let's get right into it. I'm super excited. Everybody loves a good roast, Virginia.
Well, it's going to be done with love and affection and for the goal here of helping.
All right. Let's get right into it. So hold on. This is mine. So let's not do that. All right. So, oh my God. Guys, please don't chat me right now. Okay. Powner Joe, come on down. Let's go. Let's look at Powner Joe's LinkedIn profile?
So, hi, Joe. Thanks for volunteering. First off, I would like to go into your profile picture, if we could, Jerry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, one of the most important things that I talk to people about with their LinkedIn profiles is having a profile picture that is high enough resolution that people can actually do this and look at it and actually not degrade the image. So, what I would recommend is making sure that you've picked an image to upload that is clean, professional. This is a great one, shows your personality. It also shows what you're interested in. I think I see a Simply Cyber t-shirt there.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Why is it not moving? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this guy. Stay
There we go.
spicy.
So we
Stay
see what
spicy.
we like.
Yes.
Some of the things that we look at inside of cybersecurity are a little bit different than you would in a typical office job. You're allowed to show more personality. You are able to have different venues. You're able to have a little bit more personality inside of that whole world. So, especially as we're getting out into the world of presenting ourselves, that personal branding, make sure that you're doing something that feels authentically you. If you're not somebody who's going to go inside of a suit or an office and that type of thing, don't become a persona that you're not. So, Joe, I feel like I have a really good sense of who you are from this picture. And so let's get a sense if we can get even more into your profile. So let's get out of that picture. Looking at that background banner, thank you for taking the effort and making the effort to actually customize. That space that you have on your profile is your room to actually be able to tell the world about what you think is important. So there's a lot of different ways that you can customize these things. Canva, CANVA.com is a great way to be able to do some free profiles for those different.
I'm trying to pull it up right now, obviously because I'm full screen. It's fighting me, but Canva. Yeah, I just want to show it so people get it because it is really powerful.
And this is for people who even aren't really involved with graphic design. They've got a lot of stuff in there that will allow you to be able to put those pieces together that really show your personality.
If I may, Virginia, I literally just typed in LinkedIn banner in the search engine, and these are all available for you.
Lots of different stuff here.
Awesome. Yeah.
And Canva is free. There is a paid version if you want to really up your game, but there is a free version of this as well. So the next thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at this next section underneath your name. And so pronouns are right. Yeah.
Virginia, if I may, I
Sure.
do love Joe's background. It's engaging, it's technical, it's cool. I like it. I would say that there is an opportunity here to put some text here. I don't know where you stand on this philosophically, but literally when someone goes to your page, it's the very first thing they look at, if not the second thing, the first thing being your face. So if you had something here about who you are, what you're into, a link to your GitHub or whatever, just an opportunity there. Okay.
Definitely an opportunity. And that's where Canva comes into play, where you can overlay that text on top of the image. Because if you don't have that skill base necessarily, that's an easy way to do it.
Yep.
So the next thing, I see that you've got your he, him pronouns. Now, this is something that has been highly debated. I say do what feels comfortable for you. But if you are somebody who is likely to be offended if somebody mispronouns you, please do somebody else a favor by putting those pronouns in. The next thing here is the description, how you want to identify yourself in terms of what your the main headline is for who you are. So graduate student at Georgia Tech, aspiring to be a security engineer. I know what you're about. Probably not looking for a job right now. So good enough. Next, I'm looking at 494 connections. The magic number is 500, gang. 500 is where that number stops quantifying and just says 500 plus. And that's always one of those nice things that shows people that you've got a really robust network. So I like having those be there as well.
Yeah, and if I may, I'm going to drop Joe's profile in chat. Guys, there's 37 of us here at the moment. We can get 6 more. Let's push Joe over in this stream right now. Please continue. Please continue while I do this, Virginia.
Sure. So the next section we have here is the About section. And that's actually one of those places that I see the most difference between different profiles. I like to use the About section as a place for people to understand what's important to you. Try to use this as a first person. I do like the, hey, I'm Joe, talking about you have a passion for teaching and mentoring others. This is great, being able to show your personality. Again, one of the things that I would want to know right off the bat, though, is what is the objective of your profile? Is your profile to continue to network? Is it to be able to find a job? Is it to be able to just continue to build thought leadership, mind share, all that type of thing. And with that objective in mind, think about the different pieces of information that you're going to share. One of the things that we do at Stratic is we talk about an adapted version of Maslow's hierarchy of needs for motivation. And with that, we look at the different pieces and parts of what people need to have in order to be motivated into action. And the first thing that people need is safety. And part of that safety is some consistency. And right outside of that is relationship. So if you're somebody that I feel like I can get along with, somebody that I get along with from the perspective of you have focused on psychology. Personally, I love psychology. I feel like we jam pretty well. After that, we're looking at achievements. So looking at your degrees here, that's achievement, and then problem solving, the different things that you're looking at doing in the world. I take those 4 different pillars to be able to say, how are the different parts of my about showing that I'm able to do those things and able to really help other people get to know me. Scroll down for me, will you, Jerry?
Absolutely. And just a quick, if I may, just a quick thing. Before you guys came online, this actually only showed this, and there was a see more button here. So something from a psychology perspective that is important to note is this part right here has to be interesting enough for someone to want to see more about who you are. So just be really deliberate about that first couple sentences, because you're trying to get someone to want to know more about you.
Exactly. Awesome. Great job. You've got featured items in here. It looks like you've got a resume, so maybe you are on the job hunt. We've got some featured posts. Can you use the scroll carousel over to the right for me? Interesting. Not sure. Projects portfolio, dead image.
Yeah, there might be an opportunity to fix that.
Opportunities here. Check that out. Let's keep going down.
Okay.
So we've got 491 followers. Continuing. Again, some of that activity, some of this job experience. Now, again, like Jerry was just saying, there's these see more opportunities. So as we're looking at the different job experiences that you have, one of the things that I want you to be thinking about is we tend to pull information from resumes when we are transitioning jobs. And so we end up having like a mix of past and present tense. Really focus in on what you've written. And also, if you're somebody like me who's been using LinkedIn forever, if you added in skills way before they actually started being able to attribute them to these individual jobs, you want to go back and change how those can actually be aligned with each of these positions that you've been in. So can you hit that first see more for me, please?
Wow.
Whoa. So, my friend, you're getting roasted here. So this is a really hard thing for people to read, right? So when we're talking about hierarchy of information, this is really tough. And unless I really, really care, I'm not going to spend time reading this. One of the rules that we have inside of user experience design is the rule of 5. If there are more than 5 things inside of a list, you should number them. And if they are numbered, then they should be inside of some type of hierarchy. So we got way more than 5 bullet points here. So I would probably pivot these or I would cut them back. In addition, I would be looking at some of the opportunities to pick the best, ditch the rest. And also, if you're going to pull in bullet points, there are other programs like Microsoft Word that you can steal that HTML styling and actually copy paste it in so that it will wrap the text so that you don't end up having it on the other side. All right, let's keep going.
The one thing that I would chime in on this is, and this is what I personally recommend and suggest to people, is I agree with Virginia that there's a lot going on here. Okay. So what I would suggest is if you're training, like as your thing says here at the beginning, aspiring to be a security engineer. Okay. Well, if you consider this real estate and it's very valuable, include bullets that map to work that security engineers do. Like begin to tell that story that you've already got that experience. You already know security engineering things, right? It might not be one-to-one Powner Joe, but you know what I mean? Like I'd have to go through this and start tearing it apart, but like reproduce and debug moderately complex issues. I mean, that's kind of vague and nondescript. So you might be able to blast that out and actually maybe give an example of like a specific tangible one that has something to do potentially with, technology, like reproducing and debugging something technical. If you had something around a security tooling or something like that, network device, something like that, that could be cool. It's all good stuff, but try to say more with less if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Good stuff.
Please, Virginia.
Let's hit the next C more for me under the engineering technician.
Yep.
So again, we're looking at how we can potentially abbreviate some of this information, something that talks about the transition into that contract to a full-time gig. Again, tell that story. Think about what the story is that you want for people to understand about how you were promoted, how it became that initial position to the next. Can you scroll down for me?
Yeah. Um, yeah. I just see BSEC saying, like, Virginia, actually, Virginia, this is a great opportunity to ask your thoughts on something. I put emotes all over the place on my posts, my profile, social media, everything, because I think it visually breaks things up and makes it more interesting. BSEX being an LOL over here talking about Powner Joe needs to emote the crap out of his resume. Where do you stand, and how is it from a marketing brand perspective?
So, as a kid, I had a sticker book. Anybody else sticker books?
Yeah.
Collecting all the stickers. To me, these are the same thing, and they make me super happy. That being said, they are not necessarily always the most professional, and you have to know when to use them.
Yeah.
It's great to stand out, but I would also be a little careful about where they go in terms of syntax, because we know that a lot of these different emotes come up with actual keyboard shortcuts, right? And so what you may have in terms of what is readable text is garbage. And so what you want is when search engines are scraping you, for them to be getting your name. They want to be getting the subject area expertise that you're in. You don't want to be getting whatever the code is for the flame emoji.
Right. And 100% too. And like, I don't have emotes in this section of my resume. It's more like in the about, or, whatever. So anyways, thank you for those thoughts.
I also think they're great in terms of actual posts.
Mm-hmm.
So they do break things up visually. And because LinkedIn really has not helped us out in terms of their styling of text, it's a super way to be able to break apart bullet points.
Mm-hmm. Where do you
Glitter
want me to
sticker.
go?
Yes, I agree. Keep on going down for me.
Got it.
All right, so we've got a lot of different experiences here. Again, I would ask, what's the objective here? Wow, we've got 15 more experiences. Joe, you don't look old enough to have 15 more experiences.
Yeah, let's dig in. Let's dig in.
All right, so we got to scroll, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, so this is where I'm going to say sometimes less is more. Think about the different things that are important to these. Also, we've got a varying style on the bullet points here. I am the stickler for consistency.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
look
were,
at these stars. Yeah, it looks like maybe it was copy and pasted in from somewhere else.
yep, so use those different styles to be really consistent. Keep on going down for me.
Okay.
All right, so we hit the electronics workbench, and now we're going to make a U-turn and head back to the main profile.
Okay. Oh, I see. Is it like you have to hit the back button? Okay.
Oh, you actually need to scroll all the way back up.
I'm here. Right?
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
You actually need to keep going.
Oh, what are you talking about? Okay. Here?
Or maybe I'm getting a lag on mine. Sorry.
Where
Go
do you
ahead.
want me to be? Past experience?
Experiences. Then I want to get down to like skills.
Okay, so we're done with the experience now.
There we
We're
are.
at
Education. Super. Education is important, but it is not necessary for everybody to have a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD. What I would say is get out there, put the things that you focused on, especially in the world of certificates. This is a great place where you can even show what kinds of degree programs that you've participated in, even if you haven't completed them. Again, sharing that information. This is all part of growing that network. So if there are other people who have gone to your school, that you can look for that opportunity to grow an in within an organization, that's helpful.
Yeah. Real quick, Michael Starnes. I know we're spending a lot of time on Powner Joe's right now. We're doing kind of a deep dive, and then we're gonna because there's a lot of things that are gonna be duplicative across other people. So then we can start going a little bit faster. Okay.
All right. Like I said, licenses, certifications, things like that are good in here. Volunteer. I love volunteers, and more people should do it. So thank you for volunteering. If you don't volunteer currently, please find some place and something that you're passionate about to give of your time, especially as we head into the end of the year. My heart goes out to nonprofits, especially as we get towards end of year giving. So please volunteer your time, not just your time, talent, and treasure. All right. Keep going for me. Skills. All right, so here's something that I see a lot of. We have one endorsement on this, but I would bet that you probably have more endorsements in other places. But because of the Georgia Institute of Technology connection, I'm assuming that that's probably why that's showing up in the top part of this. This is one of those inky spots for people with being able to see what is important now. So like I said, if you've been on LinkedIn for a while, you can actually reorganize these skills by going back in and editing them and then actually assigning them to different places that you were at. And then you can restructure them so that they show up, so that those most important things that you were doing show up at the top.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's good. That's good intel.
And you got 48 more skills. So I'd be curious to see which is the most endorsed, but we can keep going. Also, give to get. Go out, give, receive recommendations. They're important, but also what I try to tell people who give recommendations to me that I request from them, hey, if you could comment on how wonderful I am at fill in the blank, it gives them something to work off of, especially if you're looking for a job in that career field. It'll really help you to be able to speak to those things. And those can even be soft skills. All right, keep going.
Some courses.
Depending on how recently you've been in school, keep it. If not, ditch it. Projects, same kind of deal. I might care, I might not care. It depends on the relevance to what my main objective is. Keep going. Languages. Oh, 4 languages. All right. What are our 4 languages? All right. So here's where I'm gonna come in as a roast. If you have elementary proficiency in Japanese and Russian, I'm hoping that you can communicate it better than the 3rd grade level. If not, ditch them. It just kind of looks like an overstatement of what you're able to do. I could be completely wrong, but a lot of people actually have asked me about my ability to communicate in French, and that I was actually raised an hour south of Montreal, so I actually can do that. But it's one of those touch points where people don't want to feel like you are going out there and over embellishing. All right. Okay. So I think that's everything for, we still have some interests down here.
Yep.
Good stuff. Organizations, companies, people will judge you by the company you keep. So if you are looking for a job, make sure that that job is one that you follow.
All right. Now, hey, I just want everyone to know I haven't even heard it, so I hope it's not inappropriate, but I've downloaded a new sound effect for the soundboard because it seems appropriate.
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone could hear that. It's not as strong and as loud as I wanted, but it is Michael Scott saying "boom, roasted." All right, so let's spin it up. Spin it up, Virginia. 3 to 5 minutes. Go.
All right. So, Alana, I'm assuming is the pronunciation of your first name. One of the things that I would recommend is doing sound spellings for the ways that people can mispronounce names. I would recommend that just for your own comfort and for the comfort of the people engaging you. Utilize that header space. Important for you to have. Again, you've got your 500 plus connections. Way to go. I do love the vertical pipe. If you've looked at my profile, you see that it's there. I also believe that being able to break up these ideas and being able to put those things that are most important about you up front are super important. Alana, headshot looks great, looks professional. Professional headshots don't all have to be inside of a studio. I want to reemphasize that. It's nice if they are, they don't have to be. Scroll for me.
Do something about the header image.
We did cover that. We need to do something.
Yep.
Make something, create something. Even LinkedIn's giving you some base templates to work off of, but definitely the same comments that we had in the beginning of being able to procure something from Canva, build something out that fits you a little bit better would be good. Show your personality. And again, looking in our about section, I'm a senior cybersecurity professional and former IT program manager with 20 plus years of experience successfully delivering complex enterprise-wide tech solutions for Fortune 500 firms. All right, so you're a badass. Like it. See more. Okay, so now we have a new bullet point style. I'm looking at a whole bunch of other nicely formatted text. I'm able to scan. Okay, this is where we start having a little problem with our vertical pipes. Gets a little hard to read, gets a little chunky. I would recommend breaking this kind of stuff up. Look for ways that people can actually scan these things. It's great. It does strike me as a little bit of like keyword stuffing. But again, if I'm looking for somebody with Jira experience, then this is going to be helpful. Keep going for me.
Yep.
I'm looking for activity, looking for comments, posts, all these types of things that show me that you're active in the network. It looks like you did a post a month ago, but then again, if you know anything about LinkedIn, they do not put things in chronological order. So It could be that you have done things more recently, but you've got 7 hours, 8 hours. I don't trust this, just in terms of what they tell for what is most recent. Keep going for me. Experience. All right. We've been at Hilton for 4 years, 9 months. All right. Let's see under the sea more. Okay. Again, the structuring of the information, making it easy for somebody to digest and read. One of the other things that can be your friend is creating spaces literally on your space bar to create like whatever the headline is for like liaises, drives, assists, works, can evaluates, all of those different things, action words. Very nicely done, very much like a resume, very clean. Keep going for me. All right. I have curiosity over what happened at cybersecurity portfolio manager for Hilton and why it's not pulled into Hilton as part of that. Or part of
I
that.
think it looks like she was a contractor, and then Hilton hired her. That's how I kind of read this.
But it makes me go, who's precision recall and how come they don't have a LinkedIn page? And then I want more details. So gaps like that, look for different ways to fill in different things that you can. Keep going.
I mean, you tell me. Like, so okay, so here's a question, right? Like, if it were me, I might just say I started at Hilton in 2016, because this isn't like a federal investigation form you're filling out. This is, where did you work? She worked at Hilton. It's just she was being employed by someone else. She had a different badge. You might put it in your resume like, oh, in BT Dubs, 2016 to 2018, I was a contractor at Hilton. To me, that would look cleaner. It would be tighter. It would also give you the longevity at Hilton a little bit longer. Again, if someone interviewed you or the government asked, you could be like, no, like, for 2 years I worked for this contractor, but for the sake of cleanliness and ease of digesting the information, that's what I would do.
Agreed. All right, we're missing a lot of details inside of the rest of these roles with khaki, but again, a simple bullet point would be helpful. Not the end of the world. Let's skip past the additional experiences, education. Good stuff. If there were things that were relevant to the things that you studied that are relevant to your course, your work that you're doing now, I would have, of course, include those too, because it's helpful to just have that connection. And you've got your licenses, certifications, great for credentials. I've had some mixed conversations with people lately as of on the topic of, do you show this information that's out there? And it's really up to you about how much information you want to release about yourself, whether or not you actually want to give those credentials out. So think about how you're sharing, what you're sharing, but also consider that other people may have shared things about you on the internet as well. So let's keep going.
All right.
Volunteering, yay, thank you.
Yep. You ready
project
to
management.
Yep.
22 endorsements under project management. Let's see how many she's got total, though, for total skills. 50 skills. And I'm guessing that that's another reorganization that we could do.
Yep.
And again, give to receive, get some more, follow some of those influencers. Good stuff.
All right.
Boom. Roasted.
All right. Ben Davidson, Cyber Ben, where are you at? Come on up. We got a QR code here.
Ben.
Got a QR code here.
All right. So Ben, if I don't know you and I'm trying to know you, I have reluctance over using a QR code. Why? Because if I'm in cyber, I assume people are doing nefarious things, unfortunately. So unless you are somebody who is known as Jerry, I would not use this space. I would use something potentially more safe to perceive, like a link tree, or I would look for other ways to share information about myself. I do like the fact that you did take effort, though, to create something unique here. Inside your profile picture, you look like you're staying inside of a cubicle. I would really recommend scrubbing that background out. Those lights are not doing you any favors. It's a nice outfit, but I think that you probably can pull another picture that you have that would be a little bit more fitting of your style.
Agreed. Good opportunity there, yeah.
Nice use of the vertical pipes. This is a consistency Virginia thing. I love having consistency, like cybersecurity ambassador, cap versus cybersecurity enthusiast, lowercase e. It tells me attention to detail and it tells me that you care. When I'm looking at different hashtags, those are wonderful things that LinkedIn rolled out, different things that you can use. But Ben, we got to get you some new friends. 127 connections.
Ben,
we got a lot more work to do here, Jerry.
Yeah, let's get Ben. Hold on. Let's get Ben sorted out. Hold on. Let me keep roasting. Let's get Ben sorted out. Also, by the way, Ben, there's a lot of opportunity here. Your URL is a like LinkedIn generated one. If you go in, you can't do it here, but if you go into here, let me show you mine really quickly. If you go into your profile, this is us live streaming right now as well. How do I edit this while we're in here? Ugh. Basically, there's a way to go in your profile right here and see how you can change you can personalize your URL to say mine is LinkedIn Gerald Dozier. Yours right now says something like Ben Davidson, he, him, A42. Like, no. If you're going to be dropping, like, hey, connect with me on LinkedIn, it's /Gerald Dozier. You want to be able to say it's / just Ben, or it's / Ben. You know what I mean? Like, take the 5 seconds and change that. It'll be permanent, and it's just better. Another thing that LinkedIn just rolled out recently is, I think it's websites. But if you look at my profile, right here, you can actually drop a URL. I don't know if you know this, Virginia. They just rolled this out like a couple of weeks ago. You could drop a URL right here. So this is another call to action. It's like basically on the front page when someone gets to your site, it's right here. So they'll see it. Okay, enough of me hijacking your roast here. So
You're doing
please
great.
continue.
Scroll down for me. So Ben, looks like LinkedIn isn't your favorite place to hang out. Maybe you have a different social channel that you prefer to use. But I would say looking at what you have here as an avid learner of cybersecurity, frequently read blogs, great. Tells me a little bit about your passion. As you can see, there's different amounts of content that are going to show up above that see more. So like Jerry said, pay attention to what's above the fold and before the see more.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. I'm assuming you work for somebody secure. That's why we have private company listed here. But again, this is a question of what's the point of your profile? Is it to stay connected with friends from high school? Is it to make new connections for being able to build out your career? Think about what your objective is and see whether or not it makes sense for you to add or subtract information from this. Scroll down for me.
Like it.
Keep going.
Yep. Couple minutes.
All good to go. Licenses, certifications. There's a lot of different things that LinkedIn will allow you to do to prove your skills and endorsements and that kind of thing. Do them. It's nice. It helps you if you are looking for a job. It'll help you stand out with job recruiters. It'll show that you've done those things.
Awesome. All right, and then recommendations, kind of standard practice that we've been talking about. Give to get, and ask the recommendation person for something specific to recommend. All right.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom. Roasted. All right, here we go. Zalia Suraju. Here we go.
All right.
Nail it.
So again, we need to build out your connections. Thank you for making the effort on your background image. One of the things that I would encourage is, and this was actually something that I was going to point out before when you had your profile up, Jerry, when you are controlling what the world can see about you, LinkedIn obviously is a search engine in and of itself. When you are controlling how public your profile is, just consider yourself that if you are somebody who's working in cyber and has built out some type of reputation for yourself, that there is a picture of you out there. There are very few people that I can't find within 2 minutes on Google. So Zalia, I would just encourage you as you continue to build out your background, make sure that you have awareness, because I had seen that your profile was actually masked for your picture. So when you're controlling what that public visibility is, that's something that you want to be able to keep an eye on as well. I like that you have the board member, Army veteran. You're going to get a lot of opportunities there to be able to show people that are they like me? Are they going to be able to connect with me? That's great for the relationship part of the motivation science. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I love what you just said too. About that too. Like normally I take this as an opportunity to have like a 1-sentence power sentence about like what is the deliver that you value to deliver. What's the value you deliver? 1 sentence. But this is another technique, and I like it because I feel like I actually kind of know her. I'm like, oh man, like, you know, like they don't appoint fools to boards, right? Like, so she's obviously, you know, smart, engaged. responsible Army veteran, cybersecurity leader. You know what I mean? Like, I love this.
Awesome. And again, so this about section reads very much like something that would be at the top of a resume. Try to convert this into something that's more personal if that's the objective here. And is there
Also, there's
no
a
more?
problem. Yeah, there's a problem here. This is a hanging sentence. There's a problem.
We got cropped. All right, so we got to fix that about section. All right, keep on going.
Yep.
So as we look at that activity, looking for things that she's gone to, that she likes, that kind of thing, super helpful to determine whether or not you have the similar mindset that somebody is looking to bring into their team. No description under your current position. Let's go under National Guard under that first. Let's go with the Seymour.
Mm-hmm.
So again, structuring these bullet points, making it cleaner, easier for people to read, super helpful. Also, remember that what you are dealing with inside of these editors is not what the final product looks like. I'm always telling my developers it's great to check it out in the back end, but make sure that it looks right on the front end as well. You're not always going to have the same experience. Check your work on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Absolutely.
Again, a lot of the same stuff here, looking at making sure that if there's a transition for a career, what happened, what's new, keeping those active words. These are a little bit inactive for me, like performed, maintained, managed. It feels a little bit slow to me. I would want to have more action-oriented things. Keep going. All right, and then we've got a lot more business experience as well.
Mm-hmm.
Education, great. Master's. I don't remember. Does she have a master's degree listed in her name?
Nope.
She does not. That's an opportunity as well if you're looking for a leadership position and people are looking for people who have that master's degree for you to be able to claim that real estate.
Boom. Okay.
All right. Licenses, certifications, good to have. Keep going.
Yep.
Volunteering. Thank you for volunteering. All right. So we're looking for endorsements as well here. So as we look for the ability to continue to endorse skills and things like that, reorganize this section, guys. This is something that's been helpful for LinkedIn to help us be able to control that hierarchy rather than what was the last thing that we added. Just take control over that real estate. Give to get. You're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Courses. Looks all relevant to what you're doing. Again, good stuff.
All right. This looks great. Yeah.
Good job.
Fine. All right. Hold on.
Boom. Roasted.
Yes. Okay.
I feel like we should have a boom toasted as well. Like if you did well, we should have a boom toasted.
Oh. Well, all right. This is Simply Cyber, where our audio operational and production is, minimal at best.
All right. We'll have to work on that for next time.
All right. So Joe Hyde.
Hello, Joe. All right. So Joe, I like that you have your handles inside of the top, but I don't like that as I'm looking at your actual background, things are getting cropped off by your head. And also, I don't know if it's the screen share, but can you click his picture for me? Joe, I need a high-res picture. I want to know who you are. I want to know that you're not a GAN image. I want to know that you are a real human. I want to know. It helps me that you have 500 connections to know that you're a real human, but having those high-quality pictures is super helpful. Lots of vertical pipes. I have been accused of vertical piping too much, but here we have also a point that was brought up earlier, which is the emotes, right? Do we include these here? Do we include these in other places? I would keep it outside of your name. Put it.
If I may, Virginia, if I may.
You already have a brand presence, sir.
No, hold on. By putting an emote in here, if someone reaches out to you and says, "Hey, Shield Omega Joe, I saw your profile and I think you're awesome," that is a bot. That is an automated program. That is not a real human. It gives you indication that this is, you get your shields up a little bit. If you just have Joe Hyde, it's like, "Hey, what's up, Joe?" You're like, "Okay," like,
You don't think it would do the same thing if you had Joe Hyde shield?
It happens all the time. I get people who reach out to me. "Oh my God, flame emoji, Jerry. Like, we met at a conference." It's like, no, we didn't. Like, get out of here with that noise. Okay. Anyways, that's my position on that. Okay, go on.
Do what works for you and test it out. I mean, that's part of this as well. Being able to see what's going to resonate with your audience is also really important. If you're working with a whole bunch of people who are very anti stickers and glitter, then probably the emotes and emojis, all of that kind of stuff is not going to fly as much, but you never know. Test it out, see what kind of viewership, and using the analytics that you can with different paid versions of LinkedIn, you can see what people are interacting with and how often they're coming to your profile, etc.
Yeah, I might throttle it down to one emote personally, but anyways, please continue.
All right. So again, this looks to me at the about section, again, like the top of a resume, probably a little bit of engagement here. Don't know that I would read it in full context unless I really cared. Scrolling down. This is not exactly positive visibility. Commenting for visibility. Thank you for sharing. Oh man, Joe, give me more to go on. Tell me what you think of those things. I actually got roasted by my own team recently because I got interrupted in the middle of a post. Yeah, I got interrupted in the middle of a post that I was commenting on that was done by Interaction Design Foundation about card sorting. And I love card sorting. It's a really cool process. And so I wrote, I love card sorting. And then I just went off and scrolled. And so my team was like, you love card sorting? And I was like, wait, what? And they was like, there was nothing else. Do you see how you have no interactions on this? There's like no traffic. I was like, okay. Yeah. So give people something to go off of.
Sounds like you hired good people. They're willing to, keep a keen eye for you there. All right.
Valuable feedback. If you are taking time off, if you have career transitions, or if you have something that is a career break, it is okay. We are in 2022. You are allowed to have a life and you are allowed to have things that affect you. But again, this is being utilized by a lot of people like a resume. So trying to show like that you didn't just fall off the face of the planet is helpful. You don't have to share all your personal stories, but that's there as well.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Again, one of the things, depending on how old you are, sometimes high school diplomas are unnecessary, depending on the high school you went to. I went to the #1 school for wrestling. Obviously, you can tell that I do a lot of that in New Jersey, but not necessarily a school that was known for cybersecurity. So depending on what you're going for, if there's different things that are notable about the school, that's the kind of stuff where you're trying to build that network. If you had a lot of great friends in high school that can help you grow your career, then yes, obviously include it. But this is also stuff that as you age out of certain things, you don't necessarily need to include them.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Hold on.
Boom. Roasted.
Love it, Joe Hyde. Love it, love it, love it. Also, he's got social media things here like that too. All right, hold on. Let's pull some people from chat. Let's put Virginia on the hot seat. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let me do this one. Hold on. How do I got to figure out how to copy and paste these things. Oh, I can't copy and paste. All right, hold on one second. We're going to do this live. Hold on, ready? Let me do LinkedIn. Let me do Michael Starnes. If we're not connected on LinkedIn and you want me to review you, send me a linked request. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, give us your first blush. Give us your first blush.
Well, first, Michael, I've seen you've been active in the chat, so thanks for being an active participant. That's awesome. It's great to use these badges that LinkedIn has provided. So the Open to Work badge is helpful. Being able to utilize those things when you are hiring or when you are open to work or any of those other types of things gives people a really quick way, especially if you see even on the lower left-hand corner here with the connections, you can even see that green banner on the other connection that people are open to work. So if they're looking for other people who are inside this great resignation, the quiet quitting realm, if they see people who are open to work, wanting to work, it's a great place to be. Great job on the headshot, nice neutral background, good stuff.
Yeah, I like that. It looks good.
And in terms of city, nice cityscapes, always pleasant. Doesn't tell me necessarily a lot about you, maybe tells me where you're from, but I'm not a big skylines person for being able to point out architecture, so I'm not going to be that person to be able to get that for you. And then going into the actual descriptions here. So the systems engineer, systems IT support specialist. I'm curious as to why we've got the 2 asterisks in front of aviation and space.
I'm gonna bullet here. Yeah.
We do have a bullet point, which is fine. But
I know, but it's inconsistent with what we're,
I don't know if that's sort of like a side comment to it, but yacht life is an interesting thing. I mean, I know that that's a radio station that we deal with. But in terms of what people want to know about you, man, I would actually be pulling that Navy veteran to the front.
Yeah, I think hashtag yacht life might be, at the last one. I feel like that's
It
more of
shows
a person.
personality.
Yeah, it's personality. It's just, I would put it last of all of them personally, but I love it though. It's like, way to go, Boatman.
Next, again, we got to bump him for some followers so that he can get connected.
All right, Michael.
as well.
Yeah, Michael Starnes connection request. We're pushing these. We're pumping these numbers. These are rookie numbers.
Keep scrolling down for me. So actually, we have something new here. Go up for me a little bit. So we have the providing services. Let's click the see all details. So this is something that Michael has actually done for his profile. That is, again, if you are looking to provide services or if you are trying to get additional visibility, this is like a sales portfolio for you as well, that you can put information out there. So again, I want to know more about why this says what it does.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. You want me to
But
scroll.
Yep. But the Kobe
The
of
Kobe
IT,
of IT. Wow.
it definitely shows me a lot about your personality. But again, services provided, helpful. These are obviously keywords that people can look for and be engaged. You can always do the request proposal, engage, etc. Let's go back.
Okay. Does this open a new window or what is this? Okay, here we go. We're back.
There we go. So we can see different groups that he's participating in. That's good stuff. Activity, keep on going down. Resharing, not a lot of comments, posting, kind of not a lot of activity there. Let's look at the about.
Okay. You want me to deploy it?
Yes, let's do it all. All right. He's a Bobcat from Texas State and a very trusty shellback deployed aboard the flight deck of USS Theodore Roosevelt. Nice. So again, if I care about Navy veteran, great. You've got me to engage with this. If your specialty is really important to you now, that probably needs to go above the fold. I always insult my fifth grade English teacher, telling people that you can have one sentence as a full paragraph. But in this case, when you're trying to beat the game of responsive design and being able to show up above the fold, either cram or space information, just again, look at it on the back end as well as the front end.
I like it. All right. You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
All right, hold on. Michael.
Boom. Roasted.
All right. Let's go to the next one. And then I want to do a website after this one.
All right.
So Oluwasugun Baba Lola. I think.
Is it the first one?
I think this is it. No. Yeah, hold on. Let me check. Hold on. Let me check because I don't want to roast this guy if he's not even in chat. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Like, with all due, I really didn't. I guess this is a common name. Baba. All right, let's try this one. It says cybersecurity analyst, and I am connected with him. This looks right. This is right. This is our friend Oluwasugun. Let's get you roasted, buddy.
All right. So this is another one of those opportunities for helping people out with sound spellings. Also, Jerry, if you wouldn't mind going back to your profile real quick.
Yep. Yep.
Could you play your sound?
Yep. So you can see this little speaker icon.
I don't think that it's actually doing the sound, but this is also a place where people can actually
can't hear it. Oh, that's too bad. Yep.
But that's helpful for people so that you don't have your name butchered, because it's important. And then also you can do sound spellings, but again, that's another opportunity for you to just kind of help you really carve out who you are and having your space. All right, let's go back to
I do want to see it. I just changed my audio. It's Simply Cyber, Virginia. You have to expect audio issues. Let me see if you can hear it.
Hey, it's Gerald Ozier. Follow me on
now?
LinkedIn to be served up cybersecurity tips, tricks, and news, and take your cyber career further faster with my YouTube channel, Simply Cyber.
Did you hear it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I just want to point out one quick tip here is, yes, I said, hey, it's Gerald Ozier, but this is an opportunity that probably like 5 people ever in the world have heard it. But I don't just say Gerald Ozier. I say, hey, it's Gerald Ozier. Check out my stuff on LinkedIn and Simply Cyber YouTube. I'm into cybersecurity and I can help you, right? It's an opportunity. It's real estate. It's audio real estate, but it's real estate. All right.
Exactly.
All right. I'm sorry. So we're roasting this guy.
You gotta change me up again.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Where's my sound? Stay tuned. Stand by. All right, there you go.
All right. So again, we are looking at the opportunities for real estate. So getting that header image, getting in information about who you are, what you're interested in. So that CISMP certified, great, wonderful. If that's what we want to do is something that stands out about you, let's put it out there. In terms of scrolling down, UK based, transitioning to cybersecurity, seeking an opportunity. Pay attention, use Grammarly, use Hemingway app, look for things that are chopped up sentences. These are the things that tell me that you care, have an attention to detail, and whether or not people will say that they care about those things, most people care about those things. And in cybersecurity, we really do have to be particular. You have to be very careful. So show that keen attention to detail.
Capital S, my friend, right there. Yep.
There we go. And again,
roast me, please. I love it. So
We
this
asked-
isn't fair because this is what he's been writing in chat. So let's look at his posts for a second, or his activity, right?
it's actual activity.
Yeah. All right. Here. It's a lot of. I love your engagement on our stream here. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Congrats, bro. Nice one. Just like that one. Congrats. Yeah. So it seems like it's kind of low impact. He's being very, very nice and celebrating and supporting people, but yeah, it's not exactly helping.
I do have to give a shout out though. That is the best profile picture we've seen thus far in terms of like true, like professional photos done nicely done. I like the three-piece suit. Bonus.
I do love piece suit. I don't own any vests, but I wish I did.
Looking sharp.
All right. Love it.
All right. Coming down. Anything else that we want to look at here?
A lot of the same opportunities to kind of expand a bit on the role that is real estate that you can take advantage of. Make sure that since you're aspiring to transition into cyber, I would make an effort, unless it was like the absolute dynamite dominant element of what you did at that job. I would try to leverage opportunities to talk about experience you had that leveraged or that could be used towards cybersecurity. And just as a quick example, I've seen people who like, oh, I managed like a $5 million project and I was able to, convert a shovel into a spoon, right? And like everybody was able to eat cereal. It was amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that was quite a feat. And, you used your mechanical engineering expertise and everybody won. But like, I know that was the goal, but that has nothing to do with anything. Like this like bullet 5 down where you talk about how you secured the shovel, that really is important. Like, why don't you kind of dig in and drill into how you secured the shovel? Because that's going to be the value of how you're telling people that you're into cybersecurity and that you are already doing cybersecurity stuff. So, okay.
Awesome.
I'm not trying to step on you, Virginia. I'm sorry.
No,
I just like to flip
Good.
out. Okay.
This is allowed to be a back and forth.
Good. Okay, so this is all pretty good. Let's bounce. Oluwasugun. Hold on.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom. Roasted. Okay. Now let's do a website. You ready, Virginia?
I'm ready.
You might recognize this one, people. This is our friend Kimberly's. Kimberly, let's go. All right, Virginia, let's do it.
All right. So first, 501c3. Very nice that that's right out front, that it is a nonprofit. We're finding the human connection. Cybersecurity Security Central. I don't know what you do. So believes in the accessibility of cybersecurity education and resources for diverse learning styles for the industry leaders of tomorrow. Now, this could be because we're doing screen share and everything is a lot smaller. There we go. But some of the things that I would be looking for on this are making sure that it is easy to read and digest. One of the things that we do want to pay attention to is ADA compliance, not only for the purposes of being kind to our fellow human, but also because it helps with people digesting information. I love dark mode. A lot of people love dark mode. A research report actually just came out that said that people actually prefer prefer dark mode. But the reality is that there's actually lower reading comprehension with dark mode. So use it carefully. Otherwise, people may not be able to actually gather what you're trying to share out there. Social shares are nice, but tell me what I'm going to get from your LinkedIn. Am I going to get your company? Am I going to get you? Am I going to get a YouTube page that has robust content? This is a great part of real estate for you to be able to share some additional information. So if it is a central resource, what is the central resource for? And so we have to get a little bit further down below the fold. And as we're looking for those diverse learning styles, goal to develop innovative learning experiences through engaging educational content. All right, Kimberly, with love and affection. I have not been engaged yet. So engage me. Then, so for is a fiscally sponsored, oh, you're an FSP. Okay, cool. So fiscally sponsored programs are cool too, guys. They actually are kind of like mini 501c3s that actually work with public charities, and they allow you to take on your passion points and be able to not have a lot of the Hassle of doing your own 501c3. And they're cool. Check them out. Then
Virginia, we've got Robert Buchanan in chat mentioning a tool called Playwright that can help test your site for accessibility features. So that's a cool little tool for people to bookmark.
Yes, definitely. There's quite a few of them. And depending on what you're looking at, just in terms of colors, sizing, all of that, there's a whole bunch of different free tools that you can do. One of my favorite tools, actually, from a graphic design standpoint, is a place called Coolors, Coolors, that has coolors.co, and they actually give you the ability to build out palettes and can show you what it looks like with different visual anomalies. So if you do fall into the bucket, 1 in 12 men is actually affected by some form of color blindness. So that's something that you can check out as well.
I couldn't find it. I tried.
It's because you had an ER, but it's all right. Coolors.co.
Yep.
So on these, especially embedding videos, super nice, wonderful. I wonder what happens. Do we stay here or do we go away? All right, we stay here. Nice. And we can expand. Good stuff. So I would love to have a little bit of a snippet on what these things are before I start engaging with them, because remember, my time is valuable as a reader. I want to know what are these things that I'm about to get into. So even if it is a snippet on what those pieces are, you do have some of that in the carding. But again, if you can give that person a little bit more opportunity to hear or see what's on the screen, if people have screen readers, they're not going to be able to see what any of that's about. Keep going, refining the human connection. All right, good stuff. Personal branding. Okay, I'm going to grump on you. Go on up a little bit.
Okay.
So this is where responsive design and me have grumbles. So when you are creating stuff and you start shoving things, one of the things I don't know is going to work well here on screen share is when you start changing the aspect ratio for what your viewport is, you're going to get weird interactions for this section. And so one of the things that I try to, so like when we like pull this into mobile, it's going to be weird. And so trying to make sure that you're thinking from a mobile first perspective, if this is a continuum of 1 to 4, then how would that stack? How do you do it so that it's a continuous experience that you're thinking about those things? Because again, we want to remember that so much of our traffic and so much of our visits now are starting mobile first, and then getting onto desktops. There's a little bit too much content TMC under what I would consider tiny little columns. So be aware of that. Give yourself some room to think and breathe. One of the general rules of thumb that we have for UX is that we try to stick between 900 to 1200 pixels for content width. And then when you're dealing with smaller groups like this, 4 columns is okay, but you're wasting a lot of room in padding. So I would be looking at some of that. And also looks like you've got a carousel.
Yep.
What's on the carousel? Oh, well, that's new. All right. From a user experience perspective, I go, how did that happen and how do I get out of it? So the ability to correct from whatever I've done is a really important thing from a user perspective. So telling me that it looks like a carousel, but it's not actually treating me like a carousel is kind of a unique experience. Let's scroll down. Again, nice mission statements, good upfront. If you are like you have at the top, I'm actually surprised this is how far it's taken us to get here. Donate, donate, donate. This is the key objective for this website, is to get people to know about the mission, the vision, the reason that it exists, and also to get people to actually donate to the cause. So one of the other things I'd be looking at here in terms of what your call to action is looking at all those different ways that you're able to get people to actually be motivated to donate, and what's a minimum donation or a suggested donation. Do an anchoring price so that people feel like they actually have like a little bit of peer pressure that the minimum donation threshold expectation is $100. Well, maybe they'll start at $100 versus anchoring at $5. If you start doing the whole, hey, for your weekly cup of Starbucks, you can, help with refining the human connection, you can have different messaging that you would consider. So again, you've got the same social channels at the bottom. Great that this information is here about Kimberly, but I don't know much about Kimberly. So does this give me more information about Kimberly somewhere?
Nope.
All right. So Kimberly McKnight, unless we get to Team CC, I'm guessing that that's where she may appear. But again, if this is about her, then we should have her more front and center about why she brought this mission to light. There she is. And why this is important, why she feels strongly about creating this.
I like it. All right. Oh, and then, okay. So Oluwasugun, all right. What's up? And James Driscoll in here. I love it. Michelle Murphy, original man. So this is cool. Yeah, this is good. A lot of great feedback here. And then the resources page, I bring it up only because Simply Cyber's resources page was a pain point for many people in the community before we got it rectified. So we're looking at resources here. I always like this. I don't know how you feel about this, but I like that the message and then like what appears to be like a handwritten signature. I always feel like when I read that, it always makes me feel like a personal connection, personal touch.
It's fun typography.
Yeah. So here's the resources. Looks like she's got them in buckets.
All right.
And then this is very much like the Simply Cyber original one. Look at this daily cyber thread briefing right here. Boop, boop.
So something I like about this better, that hierarchy of information strong, the headline, the descriptive text, this is what I'm talking about for that first page. Like doing what you have here on that homepage would be much more helpful.
Oh, don't worry, Kimberly. I couldn't filter for 2 years either. But this is cool. I like the graphic size too. And this is kind of like what you were talking about with the YouTube videos. Like there's a little punch here of what is this? For screen readers as well as someone kind of just casually scrolling and looking at it like a books at a bookstore. Oh, this is great. I like this.
If you are doing any paid promotions or affinity or linking or influencer posts and stuff like that, make sure that you are disclosing that. That's another thing that's important as an influencer. Make sure that that's apparent as well on your site.
Yeah, I love it. Any final thoughts on this particular channel? On this particular website?
No, but I'm going to come back and check it out.
Cool. All right. Yeah, cybersecuritycentral.org. All right. So we are over time right now, Virginia. If you have a couple minutes, we could do like a rapid fire where I put a timer on you and you get 30 seconds to say, like, you can look at the profile and then like what comes to mind right away? What do you like or what don't you like? Right away. What do you think? You want to give it a shot?
Oh, sure. Let's do it.
Okay,
I'm going to get my marshmallow ready. Sounds like it's going to be a roast.
Yeah, get the marshmallow ready. And of course I can't click on anything here, so we're gonna do it the way we're gonna do it. Casey Davis. Here we go.
Okay. No, Simpsons. No.
Okay.
Just
all right, 30 seconds. You got it. Go.
Okay, too many vertical pipes. Scrap the fake you. I want to know who you really are. Fix the connection. Scroll down. Keep going. No. Keep on going. Highlights, interesting, start a new position that might be of interest. Resharing posts, always reshare stuff that actually has meaningful content inside of it, not enough information inside of your experience, although you've only been there 2 months. Take what's in your job description, place it inside of there so that you can actually remember what it was. Wine.com, can we be friends? Keep going. And great experience here. Cybersecurity seems to be hit or miss a little bit just in terms of titling, but I would be looking at ways to consider keeping that consistent. Education looks good. Volunteering, very nice. Mentoring, good. Tell me more about what those things are. If you have things that show that you are able to multitask, like being a server. I don't know if that was actually a server, like a network server, or if that was like a server at a table. But that's important to figure out whether or not it's relevant to your current life path.
All right. Yep. Ding
All right.
time.
Right.
And I want to say, like these 3 things right here, this attack IQ training, might want to work that in up top about how you've been trained in these particular things, to kind of indicate that you've got those skills, that background, that experience. Nicely done here.
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, next one. Is it going to come up this way? No. All right, hold on one second. Oh God, Ben, what's your last name? I'm blanking right now. It's not Miller. What the hell is it? Merrill? Is it? Oh my God. I call him BSEC. I literally can't think of his freaking name. Ben, what's your last name, buddy? Yeah, all right, let's do Casey Gaskas really quickly. While he drops his name in. I can't believe I'm blanking on Ben's last name. Here we go. Casey Gaska, aka Base Case. Ready? Go.
All right. I like that you actually have a custom headline. Way to go. Good stuff. I like it. Vertical pipes. Nicely done. Top 1% of Try Hack Me. Nice. Again, the profile picture is good. Continue. Scroll down. Keep going. Scroll down. Pretty skimmable. Interesting. Post. Pretty clean. Followers. Commented on post. Good. Nicely. Okay, continue going. Not enough detail. Keep going.
Yep.
Diversity of bullet points versus dashes. I'd have to see more on those to be able to determine whether or not that's a strategic choice or a sloppy choice.
Looks like he's bucketing it under quality assurance.
It.
He did these things, yeah.
Spaces are your friends. Like return key as well as the space bar. Continuing, same comment about high school. If high school is helping you, keep it. If it's not, don't. Scroll down for me.
Yeah, I know. I was messaging.
I'm losing my 30 seconds here, Jerry.
I know. And I'm going to hold you to it.
Good. Nice. Thank you for your volunteer work. That's important stuff. Project management, reorganize your skills. I can tell that you've probably got some other stuff in here that could really probably go up. And you've got the other 35 skills. Max those 50 skills out, guys. Use all 50.
Love it.
All right. I think we're at time on this one.
Yep. No, Ben, I can't click on the link. You know what? Okay, hold on. Casey?
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, ready? I'll just do it the direct, indirect object reference. Ready? Here we go. Ben Sherrill. I was putting Merrill. What the hell? All right, here we go. He's on the clock. Ben. And really, Virginia, I want to spare nothing on this one.
All right. Well, I've seen he's been active over here in the chat. So one of the things that we look at is how is this profile going to look on mobile? And so you have some wonderful stuff here in terms of some fun augmented reality-esque kind of profile picture, fun stuff. You remind me a little bit of Neil Patrick Harris, actually.
Doogie. DJ Doogie. I love it.
Again, being able to think about where your profile picture is going to sit in front of all of this when it actually goes into mobile is important. So you're actually going to be covering those things, networking and cybersecurity. So pay attention to where that happens for that responsive design. Great to have the handles on there. Again, emojis in the front. I prefer emojis in the back. And then being able to do the 2 vertical pipes. Sure, it helps add visual breaking up. I don't know.
I do like that. Yeah, I like that. I might steal that. I like that.
Info security, cyber awareness. Good. I would probably max out the 5. You're in Houston. Yay. I'm in Texas. Keep going.
Real quick, a profile photo. Opportunity here. You like it? I mean, he did put a custom background on it. I like that.
He did put a custom background on it, like, doing the artificial zoom background.
I like it.
So, and it's casual wear. So if casual wear is what you wear to work, then that works for you.
Yeah, he's a back end network guy too. He doesn't like talking to people in the front. I'm stunned, Ben. I'm stunned at your connections, dude. Like he's heavily involved in the community. He's probably got connections turned off. All right, your timer's still ticking, Virginia.
I know, but you were talking. All right, so
I know.
I love all the posts. I love being able to use the fun memes, and I think that's good stuff to be able to utilize. So way to go. My one recommendation for you regarding those followers versus the connections, people sometimes have feelings about they only want to connect with people that they actually know.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah.
That could be part of this. Also, spelling counts security is with the R-I-T-Y. Keep going.
Oh, this is him. Yeah, okay.
Keep going.
Keep going. He does post good stuff. I love it.
Good stuff. Keep going.
He's
Slow
got this post right here. Me and just, whatever. Just, hey, look at me in Houston yesterday with
You look
Ben.
nothing like Neil Patrick Harris there.
Yeah.
Like two different guys. All right.
Okay.
Keep going. So good activity. Lots of good intro text. 15 years in the same gig. Nice. But I want to see more under that. Go back. See more. Nice. Nice. Very nice. You get an A+ from me.
There you go. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. Oh, don't disclose family-owned businesses. Just let those things go.
Okay.
Keep going. Literally, coach shows you're a nice human. Do good things.
Volunteer.
Volunteering. World needs more of it. Look for those endorsements. Get more of those endorsements.
Okay.
You can also send out a campaign to people saying like, hey, listen, I'm really looking at trying to have other people endorse my skills in cybersecurity and IT operations. Would you mind going to my profile? Here's the link. And could you please, endorse me for those 2 skills? Give people specific instructions to follow. The more specific they are, the more likely they are to do them, and make it easy for them to help you.
Love it. Love it. Ben or DJ BSEC?
Boom. Roasted.
Love it. Okay. You did go a little bit over that time, and you're probably going to
Sorry.
try to blame it on me for talking, but
It was.
I don't know. I don't know. Randy Hamilton, 87. Let's do it. Randy Hamilton. Oh my gosh. All right. So we're just going to have to do this directly in the URL. Give me 1 second. Randy-Hamilton, 87. Gronk. Here we go. Get ready, Randy. You're on deck. Here we go. 30 seconds. Roast.
All right. So Randy Hamilton, nice, because I'm assuming that you actually uploaded this picture and maybe used some alt text when you did, so that when you are searching out things that you're actually going to get that header picture to actually show up inside of Google image search. Maybe strategically could be a choice. I want to see the front of your face. I want to know who you are. But again, a nice strong pose. Again, you can see even what we're looking at right now. Some of your text is cropped off. So pay attention to how you're seeing that.
Shout out for the hashtag Simply Cyber. Thanks, Randy. Love it. Love it. Keep going.
One. Ready to help team achieve company goals. I don't like the fragment. 8 connections. Man, to me, this flags as a fake account. And I spend a lot of time trying to make sure that people don't have fake accounts or that they don't have problems. Go make some friends, Randy.
All right, let's drop Randy in chat. Connect with Randy. Come on, guys. Connect with Randy. Either that or Randy's a bot. Randy, are you a Russian bot? Let us know in chat. Otherwise, connect with Randy. Keep going.
Keep going down for me. Mutual groups are good. That's one of those things that a searcher is going to be looking at. Keep going. Keep going.
Yep.
Comment on the post. Good stuff. Again, if we're going back into the world of cybersecurity, you can use these other skills that you have transitioned from, but talk about the things that you got from those things that are leading you into the role that you have now. Again, what is your objective? Is your objective to build the network now so that you can find an opportunity? Cybersecurity skills shortage is huge. People are desperately needing talented cybersecurity professionals who are committed, who are good guys. Get out there, help. There's a huge shortage in the field. So if you have an opportunity to grow yourself and show that you're transitioning those skills into something that is specifically in the field, it's super helpful.
Perfect. Love it. Randy Hamilton, he said he's new.
Boom. Roasted.
Welcome to the party, Randy. Aliza or Aniza Redmond, I see you yelling into the void. We got you. Just give me a second. We're going to do Pedro Barros right now. He submitted that. 30 seconds. Go.
All right. I do enjoy the fun background for the header. That's great. And it looks like you're a musician. These are little contextual things that are nice to get people to see about you and your life and what you're interested in. I would also use some color correction, though, because you've got very orangey walls behind you. You're another Texan. Yay. I'm here in Austin. Purple teaming. Nice. Red teaming as well. Cyber defense. Keep going. 500 connections. Way to go. Emerging Leader of the Year. Nicely done.
Yeah, and it really shouts out off the page. I like that.
Yep. Featured post. Way to go. Activities. Perfect.
Pedro was in Houston. I just, what's up, Pedro? Good to see you, man. All right, cool. All right. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, please continue.
Continue. Going on down. Nice commentary. I like this. Good job, Pedro. Commentary is helpful. Gets me to know you. But be aware, your commentary is visible. So pay attention to that we're seeing these things, and also what level of visibility other people may have as well. Again, you've been in your position for 4 months. Take whatever job description they gave you, plant it in there until you have time to actually prove the other things that you have done that you can, claim fame to.
Yep, that's a really great pro tip. Take the quals that for the job you apply to and stick them in there. Great pro tip. All right, hold on, Pedro.
Boom. Roasted.
Let's keep going. I do want to get a couple more. I see a lot of people in here. Anissa Redmond, you're gonna have to drop your URL in here for me. That we're doing this kind of rough. Courtney's phone died, but she's back. Let's do it. Courtney -right 03. Courtney, update that so it's a unique to you URL. Oh, love it. Look at this. This is great.
Very nice. Love the headshot. Great smile. Being able to go through nice followership, great connections, InfoSec cybersecurity. Great. Keep going. Sorry. One more thing. Give me spaces between the vertical pipes if you're going to use them, so that I'm able to read the words as different words.
Nice. Good pro tip.
Continue. Posts. This was experience. Great. And certificates. Nicely done. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, you control the scroll. Let's see the about.
Boink.
Put the goal up at front. My goal is to continue learning. So while you've been on the journey, get what your goal is up front so that people can figure out if they can help you achieve that goal. Let's do the see more on the first job.
Okay.
Fix your bullet points. Break them up. Make it easy to understand.
Yep. I guess that's kind of the TLDR. No matter what, make sure that when you have a lot of content that it's easy to read.
Yes. Readability,
right.
Hierarchy of information.
Love it, love it, love it. Got some education here. Very nice.
Yep. Good stuff. Licenses, certifications, nice. Keep going with those. Again, reorganize your skills and make sure that you have them out there, and focus. If you're not doing things in patient care anymore, get rid of it. Use the space, use it for some skill that is related to cybersecurity.
Love it. All right. Courtney.
Boom. Roasted.
Virginia, you got time for just a few more? I know
Sure, let's do this.
We're way over time, but this is a lot of fun. Jeffrey.
We still have people here, so.
Jeffrey AW, hold on. I got to write this. AWUKUBOATENG. Here we go. You're on deck, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, I like that you actually personalized the background banner. Open to work, smart stuff. Nice job with the link tree. Good use of the space. Like Jerry was talking about earlier, being able to utilize those different places for those websites. It's a great thing to have there. I don't know that I would be advertising that you're a student first, unless that you really aren't looking for a job at this point in time. But it looks like
open to work would indicate, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the cybersecurity analyst, SOC analyst roles that you're open to work, I would push that out. People are going to negatively assume that you're going to put school before work. And that is different people's priorities. But think about how those jobs are going to want to have you really focused in on putting that work first. Mm-hmm. Keep going. Posts, consistent, good use of hashtags. Again, first person, not third person, would be helpful here. Talk to me like you're a real person, and what's interesting to you.
Capital F.
Yep.
I want to, look at do grammatical stuff here. Yep. Grammarly,
you can do the plugin for free. Also, HemingwayApp.com is a great way you can copy paste stuff in and take a look at it. And inside of that experience, make sure that you build this out. You were there for 2 years and 11 months. Give me some stuff that is relevant to what you were interested in, why you were motivated on it. You can even comment about why you were motivated to move into Security Plus at that point.
Love it.
Great.
Volunteering, lots of volunteering.
Awesome. Habitat for Humanity. Thank you. CompTIA, great. Looks good.
Yep,
And
looks good.
here we go. We have the LinkedIn skills assessment. I was hoping we would see one of these. Do take these LinkedIn skills assessments. They're subjective, in my opinion, in a lot of ways, but they can also be helpful to add in additional points to give you kind of what I would call LinkedIn bullion. It's being able to help them feed into their own system to make you more eligible inside of the job pool.
Love it. And then final thing, I love that if you've been doing at-home projects, home lab stuff, or you did this at University of Georgia, but if you did this at home or not, definitely capture these under projects and definitely call these out. This is like an awesome opportunity. In fact, I might even argue putting like some type of call to action in here about having done a bunch of really interesting technical modern labs to understand and recreate current cyber threat actor behavior. See my project section below. Like you got to remember the person the person who's looking at your account, yeah, they may have a PhD. They may be 35 years in business and they're the person who's going to hire you and they're wicked smart. But at the end of the day, you want to make this thing as easy to go as possible. Here's the deal. If there's a bowl of ice cream across the room and there's a bowl of ice cream right in front of me and the bowl of ice cream across the room has Jimmy's and and cherries on it and all this other stuff, and the one in front of me's got hot sauce and maybe a little whipped cream, and there's a person with the spoon scooping it up and pushing it in my mouth, you know which ice cream I'm going to eat? The one that's being placed into my mouth, because you know what? It's easier and it's just easy to consume, right? Like it's a little bit of a stretch, Virginia, on what I'm saying, but the points are sound.
Very much. I want to answer one of the questions that came into the chat here of how much time do hiring people actually spend looking at LinkedIn profiles for each applicant. It depends, which is my favorite answer from the Nielsen Norman Group, but it truly depends on whether or not you've been able to capture their attention right off the bat. And so what you're looking at is inside of the actual LinkedIn profile like tool. So if they are actually hiring through the LinkedIn platform, what they're going to see is like a very abbreviated version of what you have positioned yourself. They may not have your resume actually easily accessible or easy to view. And so you may have really just that top banner picture and your profile picture for them to go off of with that little tiny snippet of information. If you think about even what's less than is on the screen right now as being what's visible to that recruiter or that person who's hiring, that's what they're seeing first. And so those little hashtags, those different things that you're using to be able to vary your information, that's what people are going to see. So keeping those pictures so that you look like a real person, that you're not a bot, that you're not some other person wasting their dollars that they're spending on trying to get that ad out there. All of that's important. And then they actually, if they will go in, like I know when we've been hiring for our different roles, if it's a role that fits the different things and they've matched the criterion, there's qualification questions that you may or may not know are required to actually make it through the filters, because all of the systems have filters, that making sure that you can actually dive into those different resumes and those LinkedIn profiles. Since I've been doing this a long time, I will probably spend anywhere between 30 seconds to 3 minutes looking at somebody's profile, digging into those things. And then if I really am interested in them based on the work that we do, I'll go and look at what their activity is, what their posts are, what they're liking, their activities. Because depending on the level of discretion they have in their posts or what their opinions are, those are all things that help me to get to know that human and whether or not they're going to be a good fit for me and my company.
Nice. Final, and thank you for answering that question, Virginia. Final resume review. You're on the clock, 30 seconds. Anissa, who's been yelling into the void. Hopefully this is the same Anissa. I think it is Anissa. Ready? Go.
All right, so I'm going to pick on the first thing, which is the background image is not the right size, which is what you can tell because of the granularity of it. And those types of things really just lower the quality of what I'm expecting from the experience. So again, perception matters. I like the profile picture. Unfortunately, with it being so cropped in, the face is being taken off at the chin. So I would be looking at trying to remove that, and you can't actually do that based off of where it is. Scrolling down a little bit, information security, good, nice. Focus is there. Add in the hashtags that are going to be relevant to you. Continue to boost your connections. You are hiring for positions. So again, this is one of those opportunities for people who are looking. What is she looking for that is, going to fit inside of the different styles for the specific roles. Keep going for me. Cyber Queens podcast. Okay, attended a podcast while pursuing BS and okay, nice. First person. Good stuff. Keep going. Good stuff. Good memberships, places that show me that obviously hiring specifically inside of a specific genre. Um, and then,
Got a hashtag in there too.
yep, it's not going to necessarily do anything unless it actually does connect to something. But it's helpful to do a visual break. Continue. Keep going. Again, descriptions around these things would be helpful. Also, this would be wonderful if you're hiring for people to actually learn a little bit about you. So if you tell me that you really love basket weaving and I love basket weaving, this could be a really great opportunity for us to talk about basket weaving. And I can stand out as somebody who pays attention to those types of things. And I want to connect with you, the hiring manager. Can you click the see more? Interesting with the bracket. Just from how we place information and how we use different terms of art with HTML and all that kind of stuff, how you space it, what different identifiers you use to break up your information. It's interesting. Cool stuff with the machine learning. Like it. Microsoft, good stuff, notable. Again, we've got differentiation here between the bullet points and dashes. Would be curious to click those out.
Okay, here we go. Looks like
Tidied this up.
it looks like she did two asterisks, so she was kind of making a title. Looks like that's how I would interpret it.
Yeah, this could be tidied up and be easier to read because you got like weird data dash and OS. There's stuff here that could be tightened up. Licensed / therapist, probably not relevant, but again, something that is interesting about you as a person. Continuing down. Simply Cyber Can, good stuff.
Love it, love it, love it.
Board licenses and certifications, good stuff. Skills, again, boost these endorsements, guys. It'll help you with your made-up term that I've made, which is like your LinkedIn bullion. Keep it going. Get those opportunities to get them to show you first. Courses, good stuff. Interests. Influencers are always a good thing to do. Just remember that influencers can be dicey. People who are like big personalities can be a problem sometimes. Personally, I love Ryan Reynolds. He just did a really great spot on basically colorectal cancer and broadcast his colonoscopy. So there's really cool things that he's doing for health and wellness as well out in the world. But some people who are like, hey, why would anybody do and share that information? You got to be aware that they're doing things out there as well. So having that situational awareness of what's out in the field and who you're liking, that influence the people you surround yourself with is going to, reflect on you as well.
Woo!
Boom. Roasted.
Anita, wow. All right, guys. I've broken a little bit of sweat. I am damp, guys. I am damp. I'm glistening right now. Virginia, you absolutely dominated it today. I hope all of you got wicked value out of today's stream. Virginia, I'm going to give you a moment here just to share your final thoughts with everybody before we say goodbye. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart for an incredible value. We got to a bunch of different people today. I really feel like a lot of people can leverage what you've talked about today in order to improve their situation. So Virginia, please share your final thoughts.
Sure. So thank you so much for attending today. To answer Bob's question, these opinions and insights are some of the industry experience and insights that I have from working primarily in cybersecurity, but solely in technology. The focus is that we have specifically on personal branding as well as perception is all around how to understand the human behavior psychology and being able to understand the behavioral economics and being able to use that motivation science to help you grow yourself, grow your business, grow your side hustle. So if you'd like to connect with me, I'm at Virginia Stewart Case on LinkedIn, and that's Stewart, Ewart. So I look forward to connecting with you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me.
Love it. I don't know why our names didn't show up on the banner on the bottom, Virginia. I felt like we did that. Here, let me investigate. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. We went through all the trouble to put Virginia's name there, and there it is, guys. So you can freeze frame it and watch the replay. Virginia, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I hope you enjoyed the crap out of that. I thought that was an awesome live stream. Virginia brought the heat, and I wasn't expecting any less. I know what she's capable of, and I hope you got value, guys. For those who are still here, if you don't know about it, tomorrow morning 8 a.m. daily cyber threat briefing. I do a daily briefing live for 45 minutes, talking about the top cyber security news stories of the day. It's a good time. A lot of networking, a lot of engagement, a lot of value being delivered in those sessions. So come join us tomorrow. I'm glad we got the soundboard working. So between me and I wish you all the very best. Have a good one, everybody. Be good, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Cheers.